Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to lesson three of our module four, which is cybersecurity in the Nebula Code Academy. So this is another amazing lesson for us to start with this week. So how many of us went through the assignment of the last week lesson? Just give me your response on the comment section. Give me your response on the comment section if you went through the assignment. All right, good. Congratulations to each and every one of us that was in the last week lessons. And this new lesson is going to be talking about recognizing online threats. So, first lesson we talked about introduce you to cybersecurity. Second lesson we introduce you to how to protect yourself, which is the password and the multi-factor authentication. And I believe most of us here have already done the needful about the lesson, because if you were in the lesson, you'd have known that by now you have all your accounts, most of your important accounts with multi-factor authentication, and you must have upgraded your password to a stronger password. And I taught you how to monitor your password strength. So now we're talking about recognizing online threats. There is a third lesson. So not just by you protecting your password, you have to also recognize it before you get attacked. Because if you can recognize it before you get attacked, I think you are you have more chances to be saved from attackers. So we're going to be looking at phishing, scams, and malware awareness. So at the end of this meeting, by the end of this lesson, we're going to know how to recognize phishing attempts. So when someone tries to attempt phishing on you, you're going to be able to recognize that. Also going to be able to identify scam patterns. Going to the patterns that people use to scam people. Most people already know, but I'm just going to break it down in this lesson. I'm going to analyze suspicious messages critically. This is also very important because I see some people that fall victim of all of this. A lot of people fall victim of all this. And we're going to also respond safely to online threats. You're going to know how to respond safely to online threats. And finally, you're going to understand basic malware risk. So, I want to ask you this question. I want to ask you this question. And I want to answer sincerely. Who here has ever received a message saying you won a prize or you won the money? If yes, put in the chat room. If no, put in the chat in the comment section. And if you're not sure, still put it in the comment section. So, the question is, you see, for the fact that most people are, see, some people are just feeling like this is just there's no point of all this that scammers are trying to do, because nobody fall for those worthless tricks, or nobody fall for those unreasonable tricks. The truth is this: the question like that. This is a question that most people keep asking. Why do scammers still send this message? Why do they keep on sending this message? Because it looks as if nobody fall for this again. It's a cheap. All this their tricks they use they are cheap. But let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. Even if 1 out of 1,000 fall for this trick, it's still a win-win for them. Because what's their job? Just sit down at home and keep on sending to 1,000 persons. And they are sure that for each 1,000 person they send to, they get one person that fall for their trick. Is that not the thing to do? Yes, it's the thing to do. So the question is, how would you not be among these 1,000 persons that fall for the trick? So, of course, obviously, why scammers send this message? First of all, because some people must click it. Yes, some people still click it. This is um so let me say shameful to say that some people still click these messages. Most people most people are they still fall for this trap. Mostly, some people respond, not just click. Some people respond to their messages. Some people also share their personal information after clicking and responding to their messages. Some people also just dance to their tune. But the question is this: Cybercrime works because of it succeeds sometimes. That's why I say even if out of 1,000 persons, one person clicks it, it means that it works for them. So why would they stop? So cybercrime doesn't work because attackers are geniuses. You cannot call attackers geniuses. It works because humans sometimes react before thinking. So most people say, these attackers, they're too smart, they know how to get people. No. The only thing they know is that human beings must always keep on falling for this. Because human beings must always fall victim. It's not because they're smart. Actually, it's a cheap trick. But how come people are still falling for it? Because most people react before taking any before thinking. So attackers don't hack computers first. That is the funny part. Most people think that attackers they whenever your computer gets hacked, some people will be like, my account was hacked, my computer was hacked, my phone was hacked, whatever it is. Let me tell you the truth. Um, None of those things were true. Anybody that come and tell you my phone was hacked, my account was I lost money from my account is lie. Just the truth is they were tricked. They trick people. They don't trick computer. They just attacker can't just come and attack your computer. No, you were tricked. So it means that for anybody that I've ever fallen victim of cybercrime, it was not the computer's fault. It was your fault because you were the one that was tricked. So the question is, how do you not fall victim of you being tricked? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Now I want to give you a scenario how this topic is going to help you. Now imagine there's a house with a steel door and 10 locks, and a burglar could try to drill through the steel door. That is one way. The burglar could break into the steel door, can drill to it, or he could just put on a fake delivery uniform, ring the bell and say, "Hello, I'm here to deliver a package." Now, how these two ways is possible, but which one is easier for him? Is the other one that's going to dress like a fake, like a delivery person to come and deceive you? Because most people will not believe it. Even if he knocks in 10 doors to behave like a delivery person, one person must believe him, and that's how you have tricked the one person. So that's how it works. That's how cybercrime works. So we'll start with phishing. We're going to start with phishing in this lesson. Because we have three things to discuss: phishing awareness, scam awareness, and malware awareness. So let's look at phishing. So what is phishing? Phishing is a method used by attackers to trick people into revealing sensitive information. Can you understand what this thing is saying? It means that an attacker he just said everything. He said it all. What it means is that an attacker does not get access to sensitive information. They are not geniuses. I say it again. They need they need a tool. That's why you see this phishing. It's a method that they use to attack, to trick people, to reveal those sensitive information that they're looking for. So it's just like when phishing, just like when scammers just send fake emails pretending to be a legitimate person or company. Now, this sounds very familiar. In fact, it is nobody that will tell me check your phone today. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, check your phone and go through your email, go through SMS. You must see a message that is phishing in there because they are everywhere. The question is who are responding? Who are responding? So there are examples of information. All these things they are saying they are sending through emails, through text messages, trying to get sensitive information. What are these sensitive informations that attackers are looking forward to get from you? Most importantly, password. Yes, it's not that when you it's not they trick you to get your password. There are different ways they can do that. They can make you to go into they can send you a message, you can click the message, you go into a fake website and you try to put your password and they've gotten your password. Bank details. So all these things are things they trick you to get. They don't just appear to them. They don't just hack your bank. I fell victim once the first day I had a bank account. Assuming I had the information of cybercrime, I had the knowledge of cybercrime, I would have fallen victim. The first day I opened my bank account, this is a story. The first day I opened an account, I got a call because that was my first time of having a bank, and I didn't No one taught me about all this. So I got a call from the bank. I supposed to be they claimed to be from the bank, and they were like, you came to our bank, you opened an account. I said yes, and they told me that okay, we are working on this one, working on that one. These are the things that they know that bank are going to ask of, and I believe because my first time, they're working on my app, my mobile app, they're working on my ATM card, and they told me because they're working on it, they want to help me, so I should send them the code that the bank will send to me, so they will do it for me faster. So when I come to the office tomorrow, I will get my banking details and my app. All these were sounding easy. I was like, thank God, going to relieve. These are going to relieve my stress. And immediately I gave them those details. I wasn't the one pressing. I was the one calling them. Have you gotten it? Have you gotten it? I sent them all my password, OTP that I was receiving, and they told me I can come to the bank tomorrow. I was happy, and I rushed to the bank the next day, and that's when I found out that I was scammed. The little money that was there, they took it. Now, what am I trying to say? These are little things that you can avoid. Little things that you can avoid from having a knowledge of cybersecurity. You know that no legitimate company can never ask for your OTP code, can ask for your bank details. But it cannot happen again. Most people are still falling the same victim of that. So these are the kind of information that we need: personal information, OTP codes. So what? How do they get it? All this personal information that they need, what are the channels they use in getting it? How do they get it? Through emails. They can send you phishing messages through your emails, through your SMS, through false websites, through social media. So through all these have the way what they call like the SMS aspect is what they call smishing, and it's rare, but some people just some people give it this name to refer to SMS phishing. So how does it? This is when you get a text message from your bank account. It's mostly bank people that use SMS, bank or whatever it is, mostly bank. So why it works because people trust text message more than email. You see, the issue is that when using email, most people, in fact, I hardly respond to emails that is not from a legitimate company. Maybe in fact, I haven't hardly opened my email except I'm expecting email from maybe bank say they're going to send me an email for something. I'll go and check my email. I'll get it back. It's until I'm expecting before I check my email. But you see, SMS, any SMS that comes to my phone, I check it. So SMS is even more, let me say, more. Someone's supposed to be more careful with SMS. So why it works is because people trust text message more than emails, and also why I added this is because when you have a text message, it's only on phone, and there's one other way to use and detect. I'm still going to get there if possible. Let me just say more about it. One of the way to detect a, a wrong website that was sent to you, especially through email, is if you are having a laptop. You can hover through that. You can hover on that laptop on that website, and it will show you where the link is going to take you to at the bottom. So, if it's on text message, definitely is on phone, nothing like hover. So that's why you see this is very important. So, never click anything from text message. There's also one that is called voice. Now, this is another way, and this is the way I used to get scam from the bank. The time I told, like the story I told you about, through the voice, because they called me on voice. They never send me a message. It's on voice call. They called me saying they're from the bank. They're from the bank I opened recently. So someone just call you claiming to be from whatever place. But the truth is this: any customer care that calls you, and you're not sure if it's them, you're not expecting any call from them. Definitely, today, the world we are today, every company, every organization has a website, even though they have a physical office. You can go to their website, check for the call them directly from their website. So that is how you defend yourself from all this. So we're going to talk about this is something that I'm just like repeating out of the first lesson, the emotions that these people use to trick people. How those attackers trick people? I've said it before. they have the emotions they use, the strategy they use. The first one, they put in fear. I'm not going to go in deep detail because I've already explained it before. If you follow the whole lesson, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. But for the purpose of this particular topic, I'm going to just repeat myself, just brush through this. So, for them to achieve this, remember I asked why people are still clicking. Why are upon the way it sounds so cheap? Why are people still clicking? Why it's a cheap trick, but people are still clicking. People are still falling for their trap because they use an emotion, fear. There are so many people in the world today that have not even experienced this. So when they send it to them, they can attack. They can put fear. Maybe you're telling your bank has suspicious activity, verify immediately, something like this. Greed. You have won. This. In fact, this is the one that gets most people. The truth is, all of this emotion gets people, but mostly the one that works well with greed, because there are so many people today that are looking for money. So people that are looking for something, maybe they're praying that a miracle should happen to them. They will see and they will see a message like you have won 500,000, you have gotten a job, you have gotten 500 gig of data, whatever big offer, juicy offer that will make them feel like, wow, my miracle has come to pass. And the only option they have is to let me try my luck. Maybe this is how God is giving me a miracle. And the fall victim. So they also use urgency. Your account will be locked in 10 minutes. Click here now. All these are things they use. Or they use authority. This is the one they use for me. The authority aspect. They were calling me from the bank. And I was like, wow, thank God they haven't calling me. You see? The authority mostly sounds like people that want to help you. Help us. I want to help you. I'm the manager of this. I want to help you to do this. And that's how they did it for me, and I fell victim. But these are the four emotions that affect humans. That's why they mostly get people. So please take note of it. Anytime you see something any message that is very, very fearful, that it makes you fear, avoid it. Greed. You have won an iPhone, avoid it. Urgency. When the thing sounds urgent, avoid it. So, those are the next topic. Now, there are common red flags. Exactly what I'm talking about now. So, I'm going to just display it for you to see. So, how to know a red flag? When you see a message on email or a call or a voice message, whatever way, that sounds urgent. How can it sound urgent? In 10 minutes time, you don't do this. That is an urgent something. Please avoid it. Avoid it. Especially if it's something that you don't know about. Avoid it. Also, an unknown sender. Now, this is also a red flag. Anything that has to do with an unknown sender is a red flag. Whether whether it's a voice message, don't know, is an unknown number, because companies that have customer care, they have their number unknown. It's mostly what they call it, a call line that is not a usual phone number. So when it's a normal phone number, it's unknown. The SMS is supposed to carry their name, but if it's unknown or if it's just a number, it's a red flag. Email also, if it's unknown, it's a red flag. Suspicious link. When you see a link, and that's where that's what we talk about when you have it in your laptop. You can hover around the link and you'll see where the link is going to take you to. If it's suspicious, it's a red flag. Request. We're going to go back to this link to know how to recognize a fake link. Next one is what? Request for sensitive information. Now, when they request for a sensitive information, either a phone call, a text message, or link, or email, and you see something that has to do with you giving a sensitive information like your OTP, your password, your identification, please, it's phishing. It's a red flag. Unexpected attachment. It's also a red flag, please. So these are ways. I'm just trying to guide you. You know why I said this is an awareness. This is phishing. This is awareness. How to recognize threats, online threats. So all these things are things I'm just going trying to make you aware of the red flags of phishing. I hope you're going to understand it. So, when looking at this aspect of it, when you see a phishing message, first of all, what you have to do is what? I'm going to still break down this red flag. Let me break down the red flag, just some part of the red flags. When you check the sender, and because scammers change the display name to, let me say, Guaranteed Trust Bank or Netflix support, but the actual email address is usually random letters. So that's how to know that the sender is wrong. Now, talking about the links, when you see a link, the question is, where do they lead you to? When you click this link, where will I go to? So that's how you know a suspicious link. Now, this is where I talk about that hovering about. This is the exact point where we talk about hovering around the link. So, how you check it? Hover test. Move the cursor. I've talked about it already. Now, let's look at attachment aspect. Now, the people send fake invoices, fake receipts, fake whatever attachment, just for you to open the attachment. But all of them might be dangerous. So how you know is anything that is compressed, anything that is like a script, anything that is a program, mostly it is. And most importantly, what are they saying? Now, this is where I got it wrong. When I got a call from the bank, the person that was speaking to me had a very bad grammar. That is one. Secondly, when you get a message from people, from scammers, from attackers, check their grammars, check their spelling, check everything. Dear sir, dear customer, instead of your name, because all company knows their customer, and guess what? They hire professional editors. So these scammers don't do that. Any company, any company that has a good reputation, they hire a good editor. So when you are reading a message, they don't just they don't just come they don't just come anyhow. They don't just see wrong any mistake. No. That is red flag. So when you see someone either they call you and because they employ people that are learned to make their calls. So all these things are things that you have to know. Red flag. I just have to explain it for you to the point, even though I don't want to exceed the time I have for this lesson. But I want to explain to the point to some certain level that will be easier for you to be aware of this. Now let's look at the next one, which is scam, fake website. So we have talked about phishing awareness. Now we're going to talk about fake website or scam awareness. There are so many dangerous links that people click on today. Yes. How will you know a dangerous link? Look at this link. Now this is how a real link should look like. But any link that looks like this, know that it's fake. Now this is not a complete link. This is just like the ending aspect of the link. But when it looks like this, the first one is real, but the second one is fake. I'll just give you an example because most people click on dangerous links nowadays because of those emotions I told you about. Either because of they are greedy, either because the message carried fear, maybe they are going to lose something, and they're clicking on all these dangerous links. So when you click on even if you have clicked on a link that is dangerous, that is fake, how can you know? Because some people might not know from looking at the link, but we have already clicked on the link. It does not mean you have clicked on a link that, except you're clicking on a file or an app or an attachment. But just a link can supposed to take you to a website or to a page. Now, how will you know that that's a fake page? This is the second step. Now, Attackers, they copy real websites to capture login credentials. They just want to edit the website to look like the real one, but not the real one you're in. So, how will you tell if this is a fake website you have gotten into? First of all, strange URLs. These are the signs you're going to see. When there is a strange URL, what's the URL? Where the link at the top. If it looks strange, let's say, I'm going to give an example of those strange URL. Just give me a minute. Poor design. If it's a page, let's say it's a landing page or is a website page. Now, the page will have very poor design. What I mean by poor design is it's not looking neat. It just looks like something that Elena just did. And that is a red flag. Unexpected login request. So these are things that you know a fake page. Most people keep on entering fake pages. I keep on going more on and on. Let me show you how a fake URL looks like. Look at the real URL. HTTPS, you see those /www dot. Now it's just similar to the one I showed you at first. But look at when it's suspicious. It now has hyphen, just like the first one. There is hyphen. So look before the first single hyphen. Now when you look, then when you are seeing .com, you are seeing hyphen instead of the what they call it. Let me use the word slash. Instead of that stroke, that slash stroke, you are seeing hyphen. That is where you know there is a problem. Or instead of full stop, you are seeing hyphen. That is where you know there is a problem. So any hyphen is suspicious. Any hyphen is suspicious. So when you see a URL that has hyphen, Instagram hyphen, login hyphen, just know there is a red flag. So also there's also called typo squatting. Now, hackers buy domains name that look slightly different from real ones. This and that big way to know a fake website. Now, most people don't understand how important it is to check for fake websites. It's very important because that is one of the easiest way that people can trick you. Now, if you see websites also, let me give you for example, Google. Someone can try to create a fake Google website, and you'll see the link like this because they already bought a domain name called google.com. So they want to buy a domain name that looks like that google.com. So when you see it, your first impression. That's why hackers work on psychology so much because they know that for them to get what they want, it's not through the computer. They have to first of all trick the humans first. So they have to understand psychology. So when they buy a domain name, they now make it looks like Google. You can see this Google. What is the red flag here? It has triple O. But is this the real spelling of Google? No. But they put this triple O, and most people, in fact, I know when I brought this out, most people are not even aware of what the fault is here until I say it. Check this one also. You think you'll not be aware until I say it. Microsoft, but you can see they misspelled it to look like the real Microsoft. So when you see it at first, your brain will not tell you there's something wrong here. You know, first of all, you will not have a picture of, you will not have a impression of, wow, this is something fishy. No, because it just looks exactly like the same spelling. Google, and you don't even know you are clicking on Google. Quite, in fact, this is a very good trick that most people use. But now I'm beginning to notice that any link you see, you cross-check it, cross-check the URL, cross-check the domain names. Okay? So also check for the padlock in their URL. Anyone that has padlock means it is secured. It means the site is safe. That's what most people think, that when you see padlock is safe. No, the padlock only means the connection is exclusive. It does not mean, yes, I made a mistake here. So when you see a padlock, don't feel relaxed or comfortable. No, it should not be a criteria you should use to know if it's a fake website or a real website. I forgot, this is an important notice. Most people, when they see the padlock, they'll be like, okay, I can do whatever I want to do here. No, even a hacker can have Even a fake website can have a padlock. It just means that their connection is encrypted. That's what the padlock means. It does not mean it's safe. Please. So when you see a padlock, still look at other things I told you about to check if it's a real website. All this I've talked about here in this video. Still check it if it still meet up with the requirements. Let it not be the website. Let it not be the padlock you used to know. Okay? So let's and also unbelievable offers. These are things just like we are just repeating it. No real contact on our about page, no real address. That is how to know a fake website. The website don't have a real address in their about page. So, and the third we're going to look at is the malware awareness. We'll look at scam, we'll look at phishing. So the last one is going to be malware awareness. So, what are these malware? What is a malware? A malware is also known as malicious software. And a malicious software is any program or file. It's not just a program. It can also be a file specifically designed. So it was designed, it's not just exists on its own, but it was designed for a purpose. And what's the purpose? To harm computer or steal information or give hackers control. So that is what is a malware. So malware is just like a sickness for your device. If you install the wrong thing, your system can get sick and stop behaving normally. So there are four basic types of malware we're going to talk about. Just the different kind of malware. The first one is ransomware. It's just like the kidnapper. Now that they call it the kidnapper. Just like the name implies, they lock you either you because it don't just appear in your computer. It's either you click something that made it to come, or you installed something, whatever way or the other. So what it does is locks your computer. You can't use, maybe it can lock your particular data. Maybe it can be only your photos or your whole computer. It depends. And once it does that, they request for some money. For example, you can just see what will pop up and say you should pay so amount so you can recover your things back. That is ransomware because they're asking for ransom, which is money, before they get back your things. So that is a malware, just like ransomware. We also have what's called Trojan horse, also known as fake apps. Now, this is another form of malware. Most people fall victim of this. You can download the wrong app. It also looks like something good. It can be a free game, a movie downloader. Now, it's something that looks very will I say very juicy offer. You can just see an advertisement, get all the movies you want without subscribing, and you're happy. Let me get this. I would like to get this. I'll start cheating Netflix. Meanwhile, that is a Trojan horse. That is a fake app. It can be a free game. You see a game, you be like, this is a very important. It can be anything. But once you install it, it releases a virus into your computer that can either give access to the hackers or whatever way, but that is a malware, or can damage your system, your computer system. So it's what's called spyware, the stalker. Now this is a form of, just like the name implies, a form of virus or a form of device you install or link you click that gives the attackers permission to monitor what's happening in your laptop, in your system. So they're seeing everything you're doing with your system. That's what spyware. They see the link you click, they see where you enter, they see everything you do. And they can use it to steal your personal information. So that is it. And also we have the most important of them, or virus. Virus is a piece of malicious code written to alter the way a computer operates and is designed to spread from one computer to another. So a virus requires human action to spread. It does not just come on its own. It cannot infect your computer just by you looking at it. It must be clicked, open, or run the infected file for the virus to wake up. So the virus is something that you welcome yourself through human behavior. Either you clicked, you downloaded, installed. So these are the types of malicious ware. So beware of it. So we're going to look at the sources, common malware sources, suspicious downloads. Now, how do you get infected by malware that is malicious software? How? Something you download. So be careful of what you download on your phone. Sometimes the phone has become made it easy that when you want to download something harmful, they ask for your permission. What you're downloading is going to be harmful to your. It can be. They might say it can be harmful to your device, especially those apps that are fake apps. It will inform you first, but because of your greed, you want to have a free movie app. You still accept it. Also, unknown attachments. Avoid anything unknown attachments. Also, fake software updates. Very important. Untrusted websites. All these are sources of malware. So, I'm going to. This is the point where we do a classwork. Little classwork. I'm going to give you a case, just similar to the. I think it's similar to the first lesson we did. We're going to identify red flags. Firstly, secondly, you're going to tell me what the attackers want from that scam, and lastly, you're going to tell me what you should do instead. So we're going to start with the email. I'm going to give you some time to check through the email. Now, when you receive an email that is like this, your account has been suspended. Click here to verify immediately. Let's assume this is an email you receive. I want you to tell me to answer these 3 questions for me in the comment section. What is the red flag? What does the attacker want, and what should you do instead? In the next 30 seconds. Okay, good. So, what do you think that the attackers? I've seen your responses. So now, look at the next one. From what I've taught you, the same thing, the 3 questions. Give me the response to this. You won 500,000 naira. Claim now. And lastly, send me your OTP code so I can confirm your identity. Good. So these 3 cases are what you have to ponder on. You're going to tell me the red flag. Of course, I'm going to just do let me give you the red flags first. The red flag is your account has been suspended. Click here to verify. This is fear. Anything that has to do with fear is a red flag. This is greed. Um, a red flag is something that is juicy. This is one of the red flag. You want money. And this, they're asking of a personal information. Send your OTP code. It's a red flag. How will someone ask for your personal information? So, because of time, I will go through your responses later. Now, while I'm rounding up this lesson, I'm going to give you some safety rules to follow as usual. I must leave you some safety rules so you won't fall victim of this. So, when next you see a message, whatever message you see, whether email, whatever thing you do, or link, or whatever thing you see, before you click, first of all, stop. Stop. And what do? Do not react immediately. Don't see a message and you want to start reacting. No, think before you react. Think. What does the sender want? These are things you're supposed to think. What does the sender want? Think again. What's the emotion behind it? Is this a message that puts fear? Is this a message that puts me that is like that want to is for looking for me to be greedy? This is a message that whatever, just think. And when you think, then you verify. Use official channels. So using everything I've showed you, the awareness I've given you, that's how you think. That's how you use this number too. Using all the awareness I've given to you, that's where your number two comes in. You think. Check all the awareness I gave you, whether the malicious software awareness, the phishing awareness. Think. Make sure you don't react before thinking. Make sure you remember the emotion that these attackers use, because they know that if they get you in that kind of emotion, you mostly react before thinking, but don't allow it to happen. Because definitely when something puts fear in you, you tend to react before you even think, and it's bad. It's going to be too late. So I'm going to give you some habits. Verify suspicious messages. Avoid clicking unknown links. Never share your OTP code. These are things that even the most 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 organization, most company use this digitally. They inform you through their website. Verify suspicious messages. Avoid clicking unknown links. Never share your OTP. Avoid unknown attachments. Report suspicious activity. When you see suspicious activity, especially in social media, email, report it. Report it. So in summary, what I discussed about today, we focused on your eyes and your mind, not just your password. Cybersecurity is not only technology, it's about your decision. Yes, that was discussed about in summary today. And what decision are you making? Do you click first? Or do you react first? Or do you think first? So, before you click, do you ask yourself, in summary, this is what I talked about. In summary, before you click, ask yourself, do I know the source? Does this message make sense? Or does it look like a fake message? Remember, I showed you how to know a fake message. It's like the grammar. Is the grammar looking real? Is there pressure or a threat? If something feels off, it's better to stop, ask, than to click and regret. So this is a summary of what we learned today, and I hope that from today, all those messages you receive, even though you are fall victim of this before, even if you are among those that fall victim of all these, maybe phishing, malware, scam websites, if you are fall victim of it before, I want from today you avoid it. From today, you have to be aware that cybersecurity is not by, is mostly by humans. Just like what I said last in our last lesson, the company can spend the highest amount of money they want in their technology to make it very secured. Yes, most companies even have three instead of two ways authentication. They have three ways authentication to make it to make the technology very strong. No matter how much they protect the technology, it can still be brought down. Attackers can still get through it. No matter how hard it get them, but they can still get through it if they can manipulate human being, if they can trick human being. So remember, it all boils down to you, the decision you make. Are you going to click the message without thinking? Or from today, are you going to start thinking? Start asking yourself these important questions before you click. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring this video to an end. As usual, we have an exam. We have an exam waiting for you at the end of this session that will make you pass to the next level. If you don't pass the exam, you can't go to the next lesson. Remember, everything is step by step in Nebula Academy. We are starting cybersecurity. Those that will be with us, we're going to go deeper into cybersecurity. We're going to keep on going deeper and deeper and deeper. But remember, it's step by step. So for this lesson, you're going to pass through the examination, and good luck to you. Remember, you can't access the exam without the password. So, and it's always at the ending. So you have to get the password. So this is the password for this exam. You can screenshot because you'll be needing it to access the exam. Good luck to you. See you in the next lesson. See you in the fourth lesson of cybersecurity. Congratulations once again. And I remain your tutor, Kenechi Kokoye. Bye.